Hi everyone, it's Jeanette, Crafty Dork. I'm here with a design team project for Juni at Willowbound Journals. I've used the Collage 2 kit of hers and I've made, I guess it's a little ephemera folder. I've just popped a little bit of lace and ribbons on the back just to jazz it up a little bit. Rick-rack down the spine, the papers, and some of these are from Amity Bloom, the little sayings that she's got on her website. A little bit of lace just to tiss it up a bit, and then it's basically a manila folder. I think no, I can't. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 bits. Now it's 9 by when you look at it, it's 9 by 4, about 4 3/4, 4 3/8. My first one is a little bit off. It's not quite symmetrical, I guess you could say, but I've got just a plain piece here of the paper, and then on the inside I've made little pockets, and the pockets actually are here as well as what I've put on the top there. So there's two can you see that? 2 pockets. So if I go to this little one here, it's this part that's folded up, that's a pocket, and then I've actually put something on top of it as well. So I'll show you in a sec how I did all that. And I've just basically popped little bits that were left over in here, and this was from the first design team project I did, and these are some of the papers that I've got left over from that. So it's basically, I want to keep all the little bits and pieces that I have over from Juni's kit, and this is some of the papers that I've printed out in the A4 size. And then on this side it's the same again, and I've got the pocket at the back with this little one at the front as well, and then some more papers here. And this is a pocket that I was going to cut down and just make another little pocket perhaps up there later on. Just see how I go with what I've got in here at the moment. So the way I made this, it's very simple. You know, I don't like to go to a lot of fuss and bother, but it's going to fit up on my shelf very nicely. So what I did, I took a manila folder, and basically at 9 inches I just folded it up straight up and creased it down. Then I just folded it straight over in half and creased it down again. So you'll see that the lines here, you can see the lines here of, oh, can you? Anyway, the little lines that are in the folder itself are there, but I actually, when I folded it over, I came 1/4 of an inch each side of that fold line. Okay, so there was the fold line down the center, and I scored 1/4 of an inch each side to give it that thick spine. Okay, so that when you put something in the center of it, I've got this on elastic, it's a bit thicker that it will take it. Okay, so that when it folds up and it's got reinforcement on it, you'll have the back of it. Oh, where's my camera, it's that long since I've done videos. So you'll have that 1/4 of an inch down the back. Now then, so after folding it in half that way, I then folded into those score lines and I folded it right on there. Then I did an 1/8 of an inch on the inside side of that. So we folded it along there. Then I scored an 1/8 of an inch, so that now we've got a little piece like that on that one. So that just gives you a little bit of room to wriggle. Oops, let me just... So a little bit of room there to fill up the pockets. And I did the same on the other side. So then it folds in like that. Whoops. God, I've got to get used to this all over again, don't I? Okay. So then what I did is just, where's my bigger scissors? I just cut up just to this side and this side of that score line, just right to the bottom. Now you could leave that piece on, I was just thinking about that, just to reinforce the spine, but I'll just cut it off because that's what I did in the last one. And then the same here, just up that 1/8 of an inch on either side. And you can do this on your scoreboard or on your cutting book if you want to get it perfect. But it's all going to be covered with paper, and it will. So I've got that one, and I'll just do this one. And okay, right, so this is where you decide. I actually did cut down, you can see I did cut down a 1/2 an inch or an inch, I think it might have been, off each of the pockets. This time I'm going to leave them at that height. And what I did, I've got a punch, and it's got a notch on it, and I just went into the center. Now if you haven't got this punch, you might have the envelope punch board, or you can just use a circle punch, or you can just cut a V. It's entirely up to how you want to do it. So I did that. And then when I cut out my papers to decorate, I just notched that as well to correspond. Okay, so I did that, and then I added pockets. So on top of that, where's a piece of, I'm not going into the full, so what I did, I just put the cardstock onto the pocket, and I marked about an 1/8 of an inch on each side. Is that in? No. So I marked an 1/8 of an inch here and here, and then oops, what's that? And then I just cardstock, so it's 4 pieces of cardstock I cut. To go on the top there as another pocket, and then I just pop that like that. Eyeballed that, so I've got it basically so that it's in the centre there. Get it even either side and hope for the best, basically. You can, if I put a piece of paper back there, you can see. So that'll just go on there, and it's not quite in the centre, but you can take a little piece off there. If I left the notching until now, I could have done them both together and it would have been spot on. That's probably a better way to do it. Leave your notching until you've got them both. Cut them out around your 1/8 of an inch, but then line it up to the top, punch the 2 of them together, and then when you bring it down, you'll have that little piece there. Okay, and then I just stuck either on the 3 sides, and then I pop some design paper or digi paper on top. So I just popped the paper on the back here, and I just left the little gap all the way around. Each time I measured, whether it be measuring this part up here or these, I just left an 1/8 of an inch just to give it that little bit of a border. So that's it. That's basically it. These I just stuck down the side, and the reason for cutting them out is that they will fold better without the bulk of what's in there. So that's how you do it. That's the one I made, and I did actually, I'll show you this other little one. I just did this to pop into an album, and this is just 2 cards, 2 envelopes. Now I just took the envelope apart. Let me see if I can find the envelopes. Where are they? Come here. Golly me, I do have 2 here. Oh, I've got that much mess here from coming back. Okay, here we go. These are a little bit different, but no, it's not going to work with that one. Anyway, this part was what that part of the envelope. Okay, it just stuck up there and then you stick down. So I undid it down both sides on this one and this one, and stuck them both together, so that's a pocket. And then I just made a little journaling card to go in that pocket with a little tag in it. On this one I've just covered over that little flap, and you can have a journaling card there or one up there. And then on this side I just did a flip up. I'm not in that. I've got my setups all. Yeah, so a little journaling spot down there. I think that was off camera. And then a little flip pad on that side. And you can also pop something into that side or down in there. So that was just something that I had little bits left over, so I thought, well, I'll give it a try. And this will actually go into the album. So this is your album opening up. I'll pop it onto the page like that, glue that down, and then it will just open up that way. So I'll do a tutorial on this one and make another. So anyway, that was the design team project. Just a little ephemera folder, just to keep my, I just wanted to keep my little bits of Juni's papers once I've finished making the design team project, just to keep that in. Now, did I say, I just reinforced that with some cloth, just to make it a little bit stronger so that the elastic wouldn't pull the paper. Okay, enough rambling for me. That's it. I hope you enjoyed it. Any questions, don't hesitate, and I look forward to seeing you next time in the next video, and until then, happy crafting and bye for now.